Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled The Rabbinical Power Regarding Sukkot. This incredible halacha really shows how strong the rabbinic power is, and it's important to understand it and see how it's preserved our system. The halacha is that if a person sits in the sukkah and eats, he's totally fine. Even if the table is outside, according to the Torah law, eat in the sukkah, and even if the table is outside, just make sure you stay in the sukkah. Don't lean over and follow the food outside. The rabbis came along, this Gemara is in Sukkah, Daf Gimel, the third page, and they're nervous that if the table is outside, you can end up leaning over the table. Before you know it, you'll be outside with all the food, and you won't fulfill the mitzvah of eating in the sukkah. You also have a bracha in vain. If you make a bracha, then you don't end up eating in the sukkah. Tosfos goes ahead and says the rabbinic decree is so strong that mideoraita from the Torah you do not fulfill the mitzvah, which is unbelievable. From the Torah, you don't fulfill the mitzvah. The Torah says if you eat in the sukkah, who cares if the table's outside? As long as you're in the sukkah, you find the rabbis made such a decree. How could that affect the Torah law? So the Shulchan Aruch goes ahead and brings us down to Dalid, the halacha that you must eat in the sukkah and the table must be in the sukkah. And if it's outside, it's a problem. You're not Yotze. And then Mishmur and Bir Halacha bring down opinion of Tosas. You're not Yotze. You don't fulfill biblical law. Commentaries explain. Once the rabbis tell you cannot eat in such a sukkah, you're violating the rabbi's will, and it's an Aveira, and you're going against the rabbis who said to do such a thing. They were given the power, the authority from the Torah, and therefore it's a mitzvah ba'aveira. You're doing a mitzvah from an Aveira, from a sin. You cannot do such a thing. Amazing. Mishmur does point out that if part of the table is in the sukkah and part is out, then you're fine. Many people do have that. Part of the table might be under an air conditioner, under an overhang. But as long as part of the table is halachically in the sukkah, it is fine. So it's amazing how far the rabbis will go. Normally the rabbis protect the prohibitions and the muksas, you don't come to write, and don't do shofar on Shabbat, you might come to carry. But here, the gezerah, the rabbinic gezerah, is to protect a mitzvah asay of eating in the sukkah. So it's amazing. The rabbis, one of the main jobs was to protect the taryag mitzvot, and it's because they protected the mitzvot, they protected the right to the prohibitions, they protected the assays, the positive mitzvot, and that's why the system is going strong today. Many Jews around the world, unfortunately, do not have any exposure to Torah Judaism. But, Baruch Hashem, the system itself, among those who are observing the Torah and the mitzvahs, there might be arguments, disagreements among different branches within the Orthodox world, but we're all anchored in the Shulchan Aruch and the rabbinic Judaism that's been set up from the time of Sinai already, and then the rabbis came and added protection layers. That's what preserves the system. And yes, even to the point, according to Tosfos, that they'll have a rabbinic decree, and if you don't follow the rabbinic decree, you may lose your biblical mitzvah sukkah. It's a very novel and amazing chidush. Shalom.